4. However, there are 1 or 2 updates to the draw mechanism this time, so please again pay attention to our video screens as we show you the draw mechanism for the proceedings that will take place here very shortly.
AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023 Draw Mechanism. The 24 participating member associations of the AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023 will be divided into 6 groups of 4 teams each, groups A to F. The following 13 teams, including hosts Qatar, have qualified by virtue of finishing as the top 13 teams of FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 and the AFC Asian Cup 2023 Preliminary Joint Qualification Round 2. The following MAs have qualified by virtue of finishing as the top 11 teams of the AFC Asian Cup 2023 qualifiers final round. Host Association Qatar shall be placed as the top-seeded country. The seeding will be based on the latest FIFA ranking available at the time of the draw, shall apply and will be allocated into 4 pots as follows. Each team in the group shall play 1 match against every other team in a 1-round league format. Qatar, the top-seeded country as host association, will be placed in position 1 of Group A to accommodate their participation in the opening match, scheduled to be played on January 12, 2024 as per the competition match schedule. The first and second place teams in each group, as well as the 4 best third-place teams, will qualify for the round of 16, where the winners will advance to the quarterfinals before the winners eventually qualify for the semifinals. The winning semifinalists will advance to the final match, where the winner will be crowned as the AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023 champions. The teams will be allocated into 4 pots based on the AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023 seeding. The 6 pots representing the groups are labeled as pots A to F. In each position pot, there are 3 balls with the position numbers 2, 3, and 4 for each respective group, while the number 1 position in each group is reserved for the top-ranked teams from Pot 1. The draw will take place in the following sequence: Pot 4, Pot 3, Pot 2, Pot 1. To determine the position of the drawn team, a ball is drawn from the pot A to determine the position within the group A2, A3, or A4. The next ball drawn from the team pot is to be assigned to the next available group. The same procedure is repeated until every team from pot 4 has been assigned to every other group in alphabetical order. Once pot 4 has been emptied, the draw continues with pots 3 and 2, following the same principle. Qatar shall be drawn first and will be identified by a different colored ball to be placed in A1. The second to 6th balls drawn from pot 1 shall be placed in positions B1, C1, D1, E1, and F1 accordingly. This shall conclude the final draw for the AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023.
Well, there we have it. I hope everyone now has a better understanding of exactly how the final draw will work. We really are close to the main event, and you just get the sense that the excitement is building in the room right now that we have the pots in place. And to help us out with our draw procedure today, we've invited some of the continent's biggest football names. Let's now welcome them on stage as they'll take up their positions behind their respective pots. First up, from down under, we have the pleasure of inviting a very familiar face to join us, the Socceroos' all-time leading goal scorer and the first Australian to score at an AFC Asian Cup. Let's all now welcome Australian icon Tim Cahill. G'day, Tim. Good Good to see you here. Thanks very much for joining us here. Right, you're a past champion, of course, with Australia, back on home territory in 2015. That must have been one of the highlights of your fabulous career. But tell me this, in your career, you've only seen Asian football become more and more competitive. So just how intense do you think it's going to get at AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023?
Firstly, Salam Alaikum. Welcome, everyone. Just witnessed one of the best World Cups ever here, firstly. Congratulations. But I go back to 2000 the stadium. I lost the final against Japan, the better team at that time. And we move on to 2015, where we were lucky enough to win the Asian Cup in Australia. And we talk about progression of Asia. We talk about the leagues improving, the domestic leagues. But then you have the story of Qatar winning the Asian Cup. Performing really well. So it's level pegging. This is going to be exciting. And I wish all the 24 teams all the very best.
Doing fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Now, if you would take your position next to your pot, which is country pot number 4. Now, I'll turn my attention to our positional pots here. And we also bring our next Asian luminary to the stage. She made history by becoming the first female to officiate at an AFC Champions League match, and then went on to break barriers right here in Doha last year at the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Please, a huge round of applause for the referee, Yoshimi Yamashita from Japan. Yoshimi-san, you look wonderful, and thank you for making this effort today and for being with us here today. Okay, well, what I'd like to do, first of all, is just ask you a question. And how was your experience of officiating in Qatar at the FIFA World Cup? And also, what can the match officials, the players, the teams, the fans expect from their experience here in January?
I was very honored and proud to be here. It was one of the best experiences in my career, and the FIFA World Cup in Qatar was flawless. So similarly, the Asian Cup in Qatar, we expect to be the best ever Asian.
Absolutely. Arigato. Thank you very much, Yoshimi-san. You may now take your position, of course, behind pots E and F. And I hope that you make, I'm sure you'll make all those right decisions as you always do on the pitch teams here today. Now, we turn our attention back to this side of the stage, and we have the pleasure to invite on stage one of the best players ever to grace the Asian football stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give us a warm welcome for the 2-time AFC Player of the Year from Uzbekistan, Server Japarov. Server, great to see you here today. Thanks very much for joining us here in Qatar. Now, you must have very good memories playing Uzbekistan to a 4th place finish, which actually remains to this day the White Bull's best ever finish at a AFC Asian Cup. So do you think Uzbekistan can equal that performance, or maybe do better this time? Everybody.